Hello, welcome to the Peaceful Wood Turner. I have a piece of a table leg here. It's from a theater production. I was using it to make the stems for some wine glasses, and I have some of the round piece still left. And I was thinking about, we're going to be getting together with some people in the next couple weeks, and they happen to be people who were involved in the production and people who drink tequila. So I said, I wonder if I can make myself a shot glass or two. So that's what I'm going to try to do right now. Now, shot glasses, I looked it up, they're about 2 inches tall. So I've measured off a 2-inch mark right here, and I'm going to just mark that in. That gives me an idea where I'm working with, and it needs to come from about 2 inches at the top down to about 1 5/8 at the base. So I'm going to work on just slowly bringing this down and in, but first I'm going to hit it with the parting tool and just kind of get my line in here a little bit better. So I was going about 1200 RPM right there, and since I'm going to be doing most of this work with the skew, and then I'll do the inside first with a Forstner bit, and then just finishing it off with the bowl gouge, I'm going to go a little faster to start. So I'm going to reset everything and go to a higher speed. I'm set for a higher speed. A couple things I want to point out. One is I can tell by this camera angle that it looks like I have a very wide opening here. These are actually on here pretty tight, and it's well within the parameters for the chuck. The other thing is, whenever you're working with any kind of found wood, or even if you're not working with found wood, just please make sure you wear all of your proper safety stuff. I've got a face shield, I've got a dust mask, I've got a helmet, I've got dust collection. I really do everything I can to try to make it so that I'm not going to get hurt, and I'm not going to breathe in or take in anything that I really shouldn't be. I just like to breathe air. Air is a good thing. The rest of it, maybe not so much. So I'm going to be going faster now, about 1850 RPM. So I've reset with my Forstner bits, and I'm starting off with a very small bit to begin with, And I've got a mark here, you can just barely see it, but I've got a mark here for my depth so I don't go any deeper than that. And I've had to reset for a slower speed. Forstner bits aren't supposed to go over about 700 RPM, so right now I'm right around 600. Gotta love the magic of editing, and I apologize for the sudden transition in shots there. I went through my Forstner bits up to about 1.5 inches, and we're at about 1.5 inches deep here right now. The whole thing is about 2 inches deep, so I've got some good meat down here at the bottom for the base. What I'm going to do now is just smooth this bottom and taper the sides up a little bit so we have a lip that's actually kind of pleasant to drink from. And I've reset my lathe to go faster now, so I'm going to be going at about 1850 RPM. So we're looking pretty good. One thing I was not expecting, I haven't really encountered this before, this piece of wood, I've got it thin enough that it's making a lot of noise. So I'm going to slow down a little bit just so it's not quite so high pitched. And I'm just going to try to finish the bottom off here a little bit. And often when I've done this, I've actually had better success using a scraper, so that's what I'm going to use now. Alright, I've got it down to where I want it, and what I'm going to do now is just work on sanding. I'm going to sand the inside and the outside pretty much the same way. A little heavier, a little more aggressive to begin with on the inside, just to get these last little bits out. I've slowed down a great deal. I'm going to be going about 500 RPM. So I'm going to put a little bit of mineral oil on just to raise the grain, and I'm going to put it on with a buffing pad. And once I get it all on, I'll use a little elbow grease to take off the final little bits. then with any luck, I can part it off and be able to start working on final finishing. So here we are, two of them, not quite identical, but pretty close. Definitely a good size for shot glasses, so these will be pretty nice. I finished them off with a combination of beeswax and linseed oil, so they should be food safe and relatively easy to take care of. Should be able to take alcohol, and that's pretty much it. If anybody has any recommendations for how to finish things that are supposed to have strong alcohols in them, I'd love to hear your thoughts. And I really like the stripes on the bottom of that one. That one came out really nice. So there we are, a couple of shot glasses. Thank you for joining me today on the Peaceful Woodturner.